What up? It's JZAC. I'm here on the Quotables podcast where conversation turns into timeless quotes. I swear to God, like 3 weeks later, that Joyner Lucas video came out.
Oh, he stole your shit?
And I'm not saying Joyner Lucas stole my shit.
No, I'll say it.
But it was like,
That's what
it was
sounds
kind of weird. And I just kind of...
No, you're being polite. Joyner, come on the pod so we can fucking talk.
You know what I'm saying? We're here back at Quotables. Hashtag Zammy, Domingo. And we have JZAC here.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? Longtime friend, very good friend
Sir, Mr.
of
Independent.
Quotables. Mr. Independent.
I'm my best.
Yeah, he's a good friend, but also, we brought him on for specific reasons. He's, very talented, and he also has, a long history of hard work and dedication in his field. So with that being said, I just feel like, he might have some good things to, let off his chest and just talk about and, flow with, and hopefully we get some quotables out of it, So
JZAC, let's jump back to the beginning. I think you started was it Plymouth State?
Plymouth State, yeah.
Is that where you started
Yeah,
at, right?
I love it already. He's doing the research.
I didn't do anything.
But yeah, started at Plymouth State. That's like when I first even recorded a song. Like I never even thought I would do music or anything. And my friend just happened to have a MacBook that had GarageBand on it.
Yeah.
And at the time, because I was always like a huge rap music fan, but like I just never connected the dots that I would make it. Like I was just like I was like, no, I'm not gonna rap.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he had GarageBand. He's like, we could throw beats on this and we could like record ourselves. And I just remember that concept blowing my mind. I was like, I could record a song. He was like, yeah. So we
So you never rapped before this?
I think I would like maybe loosely freestyle, but like that's as far as it went.
Yeah.
And then once I found that concept, and I recorded like a song or two, I remember like instantly, like everything kind of changed in my mind.
What was your plan before that then? Because like people like Z always had like music in mind, I think.
Yeah. See, I didn't. I kind of just went to school because that was like the pressure of like high school. They were like, it was kind of shitty because they were like you're not really gonna do much if you don't go to college. But in a nice way. Like that's kind of, so they were like, you're really not going to college? And I had like all right grades, but I was like, I guess that's what everyone else is doing. So like I applied to like one or two, like did the bare minimum, super late to applying to shit. Like the only school that accepted me was Plymouth State. I was like, fuck it, that's where I'm going.
Right in your backyard, right?
Yeah, it was like an hour away.
Yeah.
So it was like far enough where it was like some distance where I could live there and get the college experience, but still close where it was just like a drive away.
Yeah. So I'll add to that, meeting you through the people that we met you through, I assumed that you were from Boston for a long time.
Yeah.
You're from New Hampshire.
Yeah, I'm from southern New Hampshire, which is like, I'm on like the border of New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So it's like 40 minutes from Boston.
Okay.
But it's definitely not Boston.
Yeah.
I would be lying if I was like, I'm a Boston artist. Like, no.
Yeah, no, I get it. We've traveled up there a few times for like parties and shenanigans.
Real shenanigans, baby.
And we definitely been, through that whole, like we've seen how close everything is. Like you just jump around state to state very easy.
Very easy.
You didn't think you were become a fisherman or anything?
That's good. No, I never wanted to because, I mean, the reason he said that, my dad has been a fisherman basically his whole life, and he fished out of Boston like since I was a kid. But no, it's a brutal lifestyle. He'd be gone for like 2-3 weeks at a time.
Yeah.
Come home for like a day or two, go back out for 2 or 3 weeks. And he kind of made sure, he was like, you're not doing this shit.
Yeah.
Like he let me go on
One
the
of
boat and
those
shit when it was fun, like for like a little cruise, but he was like, you don't want this life. He's like, I'm doing this so you don't have to.
I heard you was good on the Boston Pier though. Pull up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good money. They know
Good
your
money.
face card good.
My son's royalty over there.
Bunch of Polish guys.
Yeah.
Give me free fish and shit.
No, that's tough. Nah, so what is it like? First of all, growing up in New Hampshire,
Yeah.
Polish American, first generation.
First generation, yeah.
what was that like? Is the community you grew up? Because a lot of the times what we'll see is, say, first generation foreigners will come here and they'll move to a town where like all of their family is, or like a bunch of Polish people are. Is it like that?
Yeah, there was a pretty big Polish community, especially in certain pockets like Cambridge and like random parts of Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So of course, naturally, you know, we gravitated towards all the other Polish people in New Hampshire, Massachusetts. So it was like growing up, they all felt like family, but it was just like friends. You know what I mean? But it's always like, oh, that's like my uncle, but it's not really my uncle. It's just a Polish
the community
guy.
is raising everybody.
Yeah, exactly. You got to, you know, they feel like they got to stick together, and yeah, I think it just gives you that feel like home away from home. You know?
Do you miss that community? Because that's not here.
Like the chicken connection, was that a Polish spot, or was that like that's just a hometown spot?
That's a hometown spot.
Okay.
But there's no like Polish restaurants, but there's a lot of like Polish delis. That I miss. There's one Polish deli here, and it's not even in LA. It's like an hour from LA. But yeah, there's like getting the Polish food back home, and like mom's just cooking it all.
What is Polish food?
Polish. There's a lot of Polish dishes, but the big one that everybody knows is pierogis, which is it's kind of like a dumpling.
Yeah.
Those are fire, especially when they're like homemade, hand rolled. But then it's a lot of like meat and potatoes. But you got like there's like a dish called gołąbki, which is like it's just like ground meat, and then it's in cabbage and it's boiled. And it sounds crazy as I'm saying it out loud, but I'm telling you, it's fire.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. That sounds horrible.
I'm telling you, if you had it, it'd give you a whole new perspective on it. But yeah, there's a handful of Polish dishes that like are fire that only my parents or like Polish people back home I know make that. So when I go back home, it's like
it's refreshing.
That much better. It's refreshing. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that feeling.
You ever rap in Polish?
I've thrown like a few words here and there. So my Polish is like, it's fluent, right? But it's like, it's definitely broken. So it's hard for me to like, I speak to my parents in Polish, but like they also speak to me in English. It's like a 50-50 type of thing. So I'm kind of like nervous that I like fuck it up, like pulling the right words together and stuff. So I'm going to do it. I have a plan to do it, but I just got to make sure I do it right. I don't want to like half-ass it.
You might be the biggest Polish rapper ever.
That's what I mean. That's a whole market to tap into.
I mean, what's his name? Yachty had brought the walk to Poland.
He brought the walk to Poland.
Now that's a handoff. That's like a baton pass.
How you feel about this walk in Poland? You guys have a drug problem over there or something?
As far as I know, we don't. But maybe he changed the culture.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got to travel, man. Have you been?
I've been to Poland. Yeah. A few years back. Before the pandemic, but I'd only been one other time before that when I was a kid, when I was like super young, so I didn't remember much. But I went as an adult, and it was cool to just obviously see my whole family and explore the roots.
It's beautiful when you can, you know, always go back to, you know, a place like Poland, back home, feel like, oh, okay, this is where I'm from. You know your roots. You know what I'm saying? Like me being, you know, and Dom as well, but, you know, we're African American. We're raised in America. Our parents were raised in America. We lost our roots at a certain time. Like we can't track. We can only go back so far, type shit. So it's gotta be dope to know exactly, you know, where you can go back from. You know,
there's no origin per se.
I think the older I get too, the more I appreciate it. You know, like when I was a kid, I didn't fully get it, or like you kind of just want to fit in when you're a kid sometimes. At least I was just kind of like a shy kid. I didn't even want to tell people. Like I try to kind of hide, like speaking another language and stuff, because it just kind of brought such a spotlight. But now the older I get, I'm like, damn, that is very cool. Like it's just unique, you know what I mean?
You have your own subculture.
Yeah, so I like
these questions are genuine.
Right.
We don't know shit about those. Besides the walk.
Right.
Hella walk.
The walk. There's mad walk in Poland.
Mad walk in Poland.
It's not even water coming out of the fountains. They transition to strictly walk.
All because of Yachty, man. Crazy, man.
Change the game.
We'd love to know what the effects have been since, you know, the release of that song. Mad kids out there drinking water.
They don't even know the word. Like they probably don't even know the words or understand the concept of the song. They're like, walk. I love walk.
No, that's funny. Okay, bet. So I want to get in, you know, even deeper, talking about, you know, music. what were your influences in terms of like artists? You know, who's the artist that stood out to you growing up? What made you say, damn, like that's hard, I want to do something like that? Like who were those people for you?
I mean, I feel like there's always like eras in my life. So obviously early on, it was like more the older school dudes, you know, like Jay-Z, Biggie, Eminem, Nas.
Yeah.
And then it turned into like Kanye, Lupe Fiasco, 50 Cent, G-Unit era. Like was it, like G-Unit album was like had that shit in
the
rotation.
one with the black cover.
Yeah. Beg for Mercy.
I think we all remember that era.
Yeah,
it was getting.
I used to listen to that shit every single day on the CD, and I remember like one kid making fun of me once. He's been like, "Probably listen to G-Unit CD again, aren't you?" And I was like,
Fuck
yeah.
Fuck yeah, you should too.
And then obviously as I got older, like blog era, mixtape, you know, Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, Wiz, Wale, Big Crit, Mac Miller, you know, the list goes on. But that was like the years like where I started making music myself. So I think like the influences before were there, but like when I heard like J. Cole and Drake, Kendrick, like that, and I started making music, I was like, I want to be like that. You know?
Yeah. Who's somebody that you didn't fuck with?
I remember I didn't fuck with Wiz for a while, and you know, and now
the blonde strip in her hair.
No, you know what it was? I just didn't. I wasn't a weed smoker ever, really. Like, I smoked a little bit, but like I just didn't get it at first because I didn't smoke, and like all my friends like did a lot, and they were like, "Bro, Wiz is like so dope." And I was like, "No, he's not that good." but then it like hit me. Like I really sat down and listened to Kush and OJ. I remember, and I was like, "Okay, I get it now."
Yeah, the vibes is great vibes. I'll say that much.
You ever like look back on your social media posts like way back, like Facebook shit, and you just like cringe on like stuff you'd say or do?
Yes,
we all do, I'm sure. But I remember I did this kind of recently at Plymouth State. Wiz was like performing at the spring concert, so we had like one big artist every year, and they had this thing called Battle of the Bands, and like whoever you just like perform and you sign up or whatever, and the winner gets to open for the spring act, and that was Wiz Khalifa. And that was before I like really enjoyed his music at the time. And I remember like posting on my Facebook, I'm like, so I don't fuck with Wiz music like that, but this is a great opportunity for me. So like, I need you guys to vote for me for Battle of Bands. And I'm like reading the shit back. I'm like, what was
like
I
horrible
doing?
PR?
Like, yeah, and I didn't win, but like I couldn't imagine like if I won, and like, get to meet him backstage and shit.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What
like
was
shit like. No, I've done things like that for sure. Where you kind of, I mean, when you're younger, you're not thinking like that.
Yeah.
So I've put shit out on the internet where I'm like, why even? Like, I could have just kept that to myself for.
And I felt like it was a different world too then, like just shit people were posting, and
people were
it was like
way
early.
more honest.
Yeah.
It was a weird time. I said some horrible shit. Please don't
do a deep
I've
dive.
already gone back
need a PR agent.
and done a good PR sweep of my Twitter and stuff. So if you find something, it's probably because I left it on purpose.
Quote that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Go back and check it. There's apps, there's different websites. You can type in your little Twitter. It'll go back. It'll find alarming tweets that you probably forgot. Trust me, we all have them, and it will delete them for you. Someone put me onto that. Please do that. Don't be an idiot.
Man.
Oh man, there's some wild shit out there. But okay, next question. Who is Nick Cheeks? Who's Nick Cheeks?
Nick Cheeks, great question. One of my best friends still, and also an artist. I met him, went to high school with him, didn't really know him, but ended up meeting him in college. And he kind of like really pushed me to like keep pursuing music, and super talented himself too. So it was good to have like a friend around that will just like give you honest advice, or like when you're down and can't figure this shit out, like someone to just keep pushing you, like, yo, we got this. We just got to keep putting in the work. But yeah, man, one of my best friends, and still to this day, I mean, I send him like every demo I make, and like we go back and forth on stuff, and he'll be like, yo, this song's cool, like you can do this here.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire. It's always good to have friends like that.
Super important.
For sure. They help spark creativity. They help, like you said, when you're down or you're you feel like giving up. Maybe they don't at the moment, so they pushing you. Then when they're down, then you're the guy pushing them, and yeah, all of that good stuff. Yeah, that's fire.
Iron sharpens iron.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because chasing this shit alone, I mean, it's tough. It's not for the faint of heart. You gotta. So when you have people in your corner, just like propping each other up and doing all that, I mean, it goes a long way.
When was the I guess the spark to let you know that, hey, maybe I can kind of do this for the rest of my life? Because it's been some time. You've been doing this for like 12
years. 12 years. Yeah. I remember, I won't say the exact moment, but like the time period, I was probably already doing music for like 3, 4, or 5 years maybe. And like nothing was really happening. I had kind of like a local fan base and people knew me just like around the area, or like friends or friends of friends, but I didn't have like actual fans, you know? And Twitter had just introduced video.
I know you was
it was like 30-second videos. And I saw all these accounts start popping up on Twitter that were like savage freestyles, crazy bars. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but they're posting just like random people freestyling, and it's getting like thousands of retweets and likes. So I like
first.
And it was like, I think it was so new that people were so engaged with it. Like we weren't like bogged down with internet content yet. So people were just like, the organic attention was there. And I remember DMing all these accounts like, yo, how do I get, like, how do you post me? And this one account was like, anyone who subscribes to my YouTube channel, like I'll post your video. So like right away, hit him up, DM'd him. Yeah. I was like, I had a video ready and he posted it. And like, I think it had like 400 or 500 retweets. And at the time I was like, holy shit, like this is, my life changed forever. What it felt like, which really wasn't, looking back on it at the time, wasn't much, but that was like the first time I saw like people were following me. I already had a bunch of music out. So people were like, yo, can I listen to like.
Now they're backtracking and going to.
And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I don't know these people. Like, one dude's from Arkansas, another dude's from Maryland. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't just like a kid from the town over who heard about me.
No, that's fine. It's two things that I took from that. One, maybe three things, but one was the fact that you know, took the time to actually DM all these people.
Right.
It's simple. A lot of people won't do something as simple as that.
For sure.
You DM'd, how many people would you think you DM'd till you got, you know, someone that responded? Like, how many would you say? Like,
I mean, it wasn't a crazy amount, but maybe 30, 40 accounts. Like,
exactly.
And personally messaged them. You know, I wasn't just like, post my shit. I was like, hey, I'm a fan of this. Like, I like, you know what I mean? Like, show you I care. And then maybe they'll give me a shot.
Exactly. So that, and then the other thing was the fact that you had a video ready.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you DM'd them, you did the work, and then you got the opportunity, and now you have a video ready for them.
Right.
Instead of saying, okay, oh, I got the opportunity. Okay, hold on one second. Now you're scrambling.
Opportunity meets preparation.
Right.
Yeah.
I had like a couple albums out already. So, I mean, I know like if I discover an artist or like a video and I go to their Spotify or whatever and it's like one song, I'm like, what the fuck?
Who's this industry plant?
Yeah.
You know it's you.
Like people want more. You got to strike while that iron's hot.
No, that's a fact. And you're really good at that. You're really good at that. You know, just being able to strike when the iron's hot, stay consistent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And all of that. I mean, from our research, I mean, you've been consistent for a long time now. A long time.
Since I started.
Yeah.
That's like one thing I've always known. Like, you just got to keep putting up the shots.
Was it actually always like that? Like, don't give me the bullshit.
No, it always was. It wasn't as like fluid maybe at first because I was kind of just figuring the shit out. But I knew like, you just got to keep putting stuff out. Like every time I put something out, something would happen. Even if it was small, like one new little thing would happen. I'm like, oh.
Where's that from? Where's that spark from? I know that's so broad too. I don't want to do that to you, but like, is it like, did you see somebody do that? Did you just know?
I think it was just kind of trial and error, but also just really wanting the shit. Like, I really like when I going back to like when I recorded that first song or two. I mean, the music was trash, but I knew, I was like, okay, if I do this enough, I'll get better.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think it was just like the drive of like, all right, I'm going to do whatever it takes. And then I saw other people kind of fade out, you know, like you work with people or you just like see other artists on the internet and then they like a year later, they stop putting shit out. Like,
they got a kid or something and they chilling.
They got a job. That's
not me. I was like, nah, it's not gonna be me. I'll whatever it takes.
For real. That'll drive you really, really wanting something. But then, yeah, at the same time, you gotta be able to fight through those low times, which is highly important. There's gonna be ups and downs, and the ups are fun. It's the downs that are the battle. Like not giving up when you're down.
They say the downs make a man.
Yeah,
like when you're down, who are you really?
Yeah. That's a fact.
Tough.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. So, okay, so something I noticed was around 2015, 2016, you started one merch, tour, and few vlogs, but like you started doing like Twitter verification, like so a lot of things happened around that 2016 like era. I want to know personally, not just like watching this shit. I'm like, what? Who did you have that was like, if anybody, that was mentoring you on what to do? Like, hey, you should go on this. You should go on a tour so your fans are happy, or like, you should start selling merch, or you should have a website. Like, you had a website.
Yeah,
and you just don't just have a website. So, like, where were you getting this inspiration to like get your business straight? Like.
YouTube University, baby. For real though, like
and subscribe.
I got a degree from there, and I also have a real degree. YouTube has done me way better and didn't put me like $50,000 in debt. So shout out to
What'd
YouTube.
What'd you get your degree in, by the way?
Business, marketing, communications.
Oh, see, you're using your degree.
But I didn't learn shit there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
It'd be like that.
I mean, there's a couple classes. I'll give a couple classes where I was like, okay. Yeah, like
you learn one thing, you're like, oh, I could use that.
Yeah, but like 90% of it, I was just partying and
networking.
Just scraping by, doing enough
networking.
Whole lot of networking in college.
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah, YouTube University. I mean, we multiple times on our podcast we've spoken about the importance of YouTube University. Nobody has an excuse now. You can go to YouTube, you can type in whatever you want to learn.
Easy.
You can choose your teacher. And then you can start learning. And people are going to just like go in depth about whatever the topic is because they're getting paid from YouTube. You don't got to pay them. You're paying them through watching it. Right. It's beautiful.
YouTube University has the best ROI of any website I've ever.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's only getting better. Yeah. Like that was like, you were talking about 2015, 2016. I mean, there was still a ton of stuff on YouTube, but like now,
everything
you could find. And anything. Like you can go so specific on the search bar, and then like a person has a whole fucking channel about it.
Yeah,
like, okay.
You know what's really dope is like the shorts now.
Yeah,
because like you can learn something really quick. Like I'm like, oh, I need to pick this up 1 minute.
That makes
breaking
sense.
It down so quick.
Yeah.
I never thought about that because sometimes you'd be like on a 16-minute YouTube video and you need like a 15-second clip, but you like don't know where it is, and you're trying to like scroll through it.
You know what I've been tapping into, and I do want to loop back. You go to the bottom of a video, like on your web browser, and go to transcript, and then I search through the transcript on whatever I want.
Damn.
So like, it'll be 16 minutes, but I know at minute 8, I'm like, okay, like
because you're just searching it in the Oh shit, that's
hack for you, baby.
Yeah, you put me on.
Yeah, it's a fact. It's a fact. YouTube optimization, man. Shit is lit, man. For real. Like we too got our degrees at the prestigious YouTube University.
We turn the hat.
Masters.
In video production. I also got what do they call associate's degree in audio production as well. So, audio engineering and all that good stuff.
I had a couple certs from there.
Everything I do outside of my corporate job has all been learned and mastered and honed and sharpened through YouTube.
Right.
It's crazy. Everything. Bro. And we're making a living off of it now, like what we've learned from YouTube.
That's why I never understand when people are like make excuses about shit or they don't know how to do something. I'm like, it's really just putting the time in and looking it up.
About this shit. Motherfuckers don't even want to Google no more.
No.
Yeah.
Like,
We was saying how like ChatGPT is like the new age Google, right? It's basically like it's just more precise with what you can get from it. But it's just gonna turn like we're talking about like yo, people don't even want to Google shit, and it used to be Google was ChatGPT when it came out. Like, oh shit, we
oh my
can
god, you can look up anything ever.
Yeah,
now it's like
on your phone.
Yeah, now it's like somebody will ask you to Google it for them. Like, yo, just type it in your
phone,
Google, bro.
bro.
Ask Siri or something. God damn.
Crazy.
Yeah, so now we got ChatGPT, and it's just gonna some people are taking advantage of it, and then I just feel like a lot of people are gonna get accustomed to it and become even more lazy.
Right.
Like there's so much information like that you're gonna either learn how to utilize it or you're gonna become lazier.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
So YouTube University.
Yep.
You picked your professors, You learned just like we're doing, right?
Yeah.
But who gave you that spark? Like, were you looking up to anybody at the time, like whether it be an artist or somebody in business? Because it's not typical. And Z was right. Like, most artists don't have proper websites to drag in merch, to connect with their fans, to go on like little tours and like bigger tours. Like, you were doing that so early. There had to be somebody or at least a group of people you're looking at.
For sure. I'm trying to think of like specific artists at the time, but there was definitely a pocket of like independent artists that were like doing it on a pretty big level that I was like, oh, okay, that's how that guy's doing it. And let me see like how he's doing his merch, or like, oh, he just made a website. Like, so I kind of took from, I guess, other artists who were kind of a little above me, and then just like picked around and figured it out. Let me think. I remember Logic in that era was big because he was
the DMV too.
Yeah.
So I know the Logic era very well. Yeah,
because he was very like personable with his fans.
I was gonna say,
and I'm like, this is smart. Like, he's building like lifelong relationships. And I remember I took that because he replied to every person back on Twitter. And I remember when I started getting fans, I had a bunch of CDs already made of like my latest EP, and I was like, yo, I'll mail out a CD to anyone who wants one. And like 100 people like send me their address. And I just like put up the bread, which is like maybe like $100, $200 at the time. And like personally sent CDs out to every single person. And I still get DMs. This is like 2014, 2015, like pretty frequently. And they're like, bro, I still got your signed CD. Like, I keep it with me everywhere I go. Like, any place I move, like, I'll never get rid of it.
That's dope.
I'm like, it's crazy how much a little thing can go, how far it can go for someone. Like, to me, I was just like, yeah, sure. Like, listen to the music, whatever. Like, I forgot about it a couple weeks later. But for them, they were like, some people have it hanged up and shit next to other like music posters.
No, that's dope to hear. That's another lesson learned. That's a quotable right there. I mean, at the end of the day, $100 investment that is still returning. He's like, these are fans that he are now loyal for 10 years now because of $100 investment. You gotta think about it. In the moment, a lot of people these days, especially, you gotta make money off of that. You're gonna spend $100, but what are you getting back from it? Like,
who are these people? These people not.
Right.
They don't have the foresight. It's definitely something worth noting, man. Customer appreciation or fan appreciation goes a long way.
It does. Sure. It does go a long way. Taking the extra step, like, it's easy when you start to get some buzz or whatever to like be too cool to respond to people or like go the extra step. But like, when you do that, people are so grateful when you fucking send a DM back to someone, or like hop on a live stream and like shout, go live with your fans, like bring someone on, like that type, little stuff that like you might not really bat an eye at is gonna make somebody else's week.
Do you remember your first fan? Like the first random person that was like obsessed with you and like whatever you were doing?
I can't remember his name, but I remember it was on Facebook. And
shout out Facebook.
Shout out to Facebook. Still does me well. But I forget how it happened, but he was I did like some rap contests for like Funk Volume and Hobson, and he like discovered me through that. And I remember he like wrote my name in chalk like on sidewalk. It was like Eminem, Hobson, JZAC.
Oh shit.
And like sent a picture. He's like, bro, he's like, rock with the music. And I was like, what the fuck? Who is this? And I remember like it blew my mind at the time. But that was like my first moment where I remember being like, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah. And that, I mean, that helps you as well in terms of like motivation. Like you see someone that believes in you that much.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit. Like
I mean, all he did was write this shit in chalk on the sidewalk. But at the time, I was like, this is crazy.
Like,
you know,
no, that's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone taking their time to show appreciation
Right.
is super rare.
And then people started doing like cartoon drawings with me like around that time. And I remember that was like fucking insane. And I'm like, why? People are drawing me? Like, girls were like, JZAC drawing. And it was like a half-ass. Like, it looked bad. Some of them were like, bad. No offense.
But you probably responded.
But I'd still be posting them like, fan art. And I'm like, my jaw's like a little over here. Like,
I really look like that to y'all? This is what I look like?
Looping back to that listen chalk, you ever like look up to like Eminem, like Mac Miller, like the quintessential white rapper?
the white guys.
Yeah.
Eminem early on for sure.
Yeah.
Like those early albums I liked a lot. I did like Mac Miller a lot. I remember when I first started making music and somebody put me on to Mac Miller and I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck, man, he's good and he's already doing it.
I won't lie to you, your first video, you sound a lot like that.
I believe it.
He said, fuck, he's good. He's got more traction. Fuck.
And like back then, like just in general, I thought there was only like so many spots for people to make it in like the entertainment
and
industry.
It was. I will say back then it was a lot like that because you had to get picked up by either an independent label or some label. You had to get some backing to even get your foot in the door and get noted. Right now, you can have your own. Like there's space for everyone now.
Right. Yeah.
But it was like that for sure. So it makes sense why you're like, fuck, like there goes my spot. Like,
right. Yeah, this is a crazy era of music of like college white dude frat rap.
Yeah.
2010.
Asher
era.
Ross.
Yeah. Logic was going crazy for him as well. And yeah, Mac Miller, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But I will say, you definitely have your own, you carved your own path in that space for sure.
Yeah.
Your delivery, the type of songs you make, things like that, your vocal tone, all of that good stuff, definitely unique. Maybe you can attribute that to your Polish background or this, that, and the third, but it's definitely unique for sure. Because I don't know what Logic is, biracial. I don't know where the fuck he from. I don't know where the fuck Mac Miller is like from. I know where he's from, but like what's background? His ethnicity?
Oh, yeah.
Like I think that might be a big difference, man. You have culture, you know? It's a big thing. It's a big thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. He's looking at me like, yo, damn, that's real.
That's a good fucking quote. That's a good take.
Oh, you hit him back with
what is that, like that spark? Like everyone wants to know like what that thing is.
Yeah.
Because we have people that genuinely connect with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like these people, everybody can make good music, but everyone can't drag people into their world. I feel like you do that so well. Like even like you just posted this shit earlier today, like with the sandwich, and I had a genuine question. We're on our way over here, and I'm like, "Why did he bring a sandwich up? like what is that? Like what drew you to bring that out? You know, you don't have to answer, but
no, it's just observations,
right?
Yeah.
For sure. Now, okay, something I wanted to touch on that I feel like is important for our viewers, because what like we chop it up. This started because we wanted to talk about the transgressions we were going through in terms of trying to start businesses, especially in the entertainment industry, especially living in LA, music, video production, all of that good stuff, and just kind of getting things off of our chest. So with that being said, watching all of your vlogs and things like that, I'm very interested in knowing who from then has stuck through to now. It's like 10 years of, going on tours, moving from the East Coast to the West Coast, all of that good stuff. How has your team changed from then to now, would you say?
Yeah, it's changed a lot. I mean, I'm still pretty close with everyone over the years who's worked with me and whatnot, because a lot of it was just like friends helping, and then obviously life takes its own path and everyone is on their own journey. So like if somebody ends up doing their own thing, I don't like hold it against them. Because I understand, like, we're all different, and not everyone's brain works like mine, which is something I always forget. Because I'm like, bro, I want this shit. Like, I'm gonna do whatever, but like, we're all just wired different, and so it's hard for people to maneuver like me sometimes. But a lot of the people, I'm trying to think. I mean, I moved out here with Rocky, who was Rocky. Shout out Rocky, who's been producing my stuff for like 4, 5, 6 years. And we moved out here together with my manager John, who I still work with today. But yeah, we've all kind of not so much gone our own ways, but just kind of like
you found pockets or like routes throughout the success that you guys were seeing.
Exactly.
Like, okay, now we're at this point and probably other opportunities come up.
Right.
And it's like, this makes more sense to, you know, whoever's on your team. And that makes a lot of sense too. You bringing up your manager. How did you meet your manager that you're with today? I know a lot of artists and maybe, you know, other entertainers. That seems to be, you know, something that they struggle with a lot is finding a manager.
For sure.
What was your story?
Yeah. John had hit me up originally through Twitter, like around that time where you're talking about earlier with the videos kind of going viral and whatnot. And he just reached out as a fan of the music and was like, hey, man, I think he ran some Twitter pages. So he wasn't like, let me manage you. It was like a slow process of like just keeping in touch. And he was like, yo, I could do this or I could help with this. And then he lived in Connecticut. So he was like a couple hours away. So we ended up linking up a few times. And as we kind of got closer and friendship evolved, he was like, yeah, I could just like full on manage you. We could figure this shit out.
Yeah.
So
I guess from what I'm hearing, you could probably attribute you finding your manager to staying consistent and just, you know, constantly having your work displayed, you know.
For sure. It's like kind of letting it come to you. I feel like with a manager, like the second you start like looking for someone,
I feel like it's that way with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like the personnel on your team.
Right, exactly.
Like
yeah, it's got to be organic. And yeah, the second you start looking for it, I mean, unless you already have like, you know, like a great buzz and like a bunch of stuff going, then you can kind of pick and choose, of course, when you're coming up. Like, no one gives a fuck about it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Rightfully so.
You're going to end up finding a manager that, like, you go looking for a manager and you don't really have no traction. You probably going to end up finding one and that man going to take advantage of you.
Yeah, you're going to get into some shady shit. There was definitely people who, like, sent me contracts or just, like, weird situations where they're like, bro, I can manage you. I work with these people or I do this. And, like, I've always kind of been good at reading people and signs. And I was like, I never, like, worked with anyone like that, but I've definitely been approached and was just like, nah, this is fucking weirdo energy. Like, stay away from me. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, it do be like that though. Vultures, man. Vultures for sure.
You was your plan to stay on this independent wave?
I think I was always down to like sign a deal, but I just wanted like whatever situation I was in to be right. And then like nobody ever really reached out with a deal, to be honest. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll just figure it out myself.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna continue to do that. But down the line, like if I team up with a label and it's like makes sense for everyone and it's gonna grow the JZAC brand, I would definitely sign something.
Yeah. It's gotta make a lot of sense now. Your boy JZAC up. Your boy JZAC up. They done waited way too long.
High,
Yesterday's price. Yeah. Not today's price.
They waited a long time now. Now you got leverage. You walk in that joint with some leverage.
What'd you say?
Leverage.
Put the little bounce ball on there.
No, that's a fact. Okay, all right. I got some other things that I want to spin on.
Sure.
Wait, no. Before you get into that, last thing, something that stood out to me: your music videos.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where I want to start.
I haven't seen any.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I want to start because like there's a few things I took away from the music videos. One, even 10 plus years ago,
yeah,
they were pretty quality. for that time. I'm
Yeah.
watching. I'm like, this is good ass quality for that time in terms of edits and just the way it is shot and all that good stuff. So that's one. Like the quality. Like I don't like who did you tap in with at that time, but also I saw a video that's maybe I think it's a few years old now called Drive.
Mm-hmm. Drunk.
Oh yeah, called Drunk. Yes, Drunk. Crazy. Yeah, I said, what the crazy. So first of all, who did you find to shoot music videos with when you were, still coming up? And then tell me about that drive shoot. That drunk shoot.
Drunk drive.
Yeah.
Same wrong.
Yeah, it's about drunk driving. That's
He's like, my fault. I'm hammered.
That's not water.
Early on music videos, I found this dude, Chris Roller, who, shout out to Chris.
Bro, you know Chris?
Yeah, he did literally my first music video ever.
I don't know Chris.
I thought I was like,
that was gonna
sounded important though. Shout out Chris Roller.
Shout out to Chris. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but I follow him on Instagram, and I think he does I'm sure he does a bunch of shit, but he was doing like some corporate videos. I think he did like a Mercedes-Benz video. I don't know. He was getting his bag.
Yeah.
But I remember I just searching people like back in the day, like who the fuck can shoot a quality video because they were so hard to find.
Yeah.
And going back to like Mac Miller and like Logic, like those guys just had
great videos.
Yeah. They're super simple. They're just like performance shots.
But they're iconic now, yeah.
Yeah, and they were just nice cameras.
Yeah.
Like, and those were hard to get at the time. But I found like the one dude in my area who had a DSLR, and I just remember like messaging him, and I paid him like a couple hundred, like maybe like $200 or $300.
Yeah.
And we just filmed those videos early on. So yeah, again, back to YouTube University and just searching shit out, doing my research.
Crazy,
but the drunk video I filmed in 2019, that was with the dude, so they're from New Hampshire, and originally it was this guy, Ben Peru, who shot all of Joyner Lucas's videos.
Okay.
And he just happened to live like the town over from me, which is I didn't know until like later on. But he was super busy with stuff. So he didn't shoot it directly, but he directed it.
Yeah.
And these other guys that he knows, Revelry Studios, they shot the video. But it's all like, they're all friends with each other, so it's like the same camp. So it was cool because it was also like hometown people.
Yeah.
I filmed it when I lived out here, so I flew back. We took like 2 or 3 days, filmed the whole thing. And that was the craziest shit I've ever filmed in my life.
Yeah.
That was an actual movie.
Yeah.
Like we had to get a car, like a wrecked car. We had to like flip it. We like called favors from the fire department to like come and like pretend to pull me out of the car.
A fire department favor?
They did it. I mean, it was insane.
Kudos to them because they did all the groundwork. Like that was the first time. I'm usually like the independent guy running around trying to get everyone on the phone and like all the pieces together. That was the first time where I just like sat back and they did all the shit.
Yeah. No, that's dope. That makes sense though, the Joyner Lucas side, because he definitely has a video that is I forgot the subject matter. I forgot it's like a kid in school who's getting bullied or something. But the way it's shot and it tells a story, and the way it's shot is kind of similar to this video where like the storyline was just the way it flowed was so effortless. Oh man, I was blown away by that. So check that out. It's called Drunk by JZAC. Gotta check it out.
I actually this is a fun story. I don't think I've ever really said this to anyone, but I came to I had that song like before the Joyner Lucas song.
Yeah.
And then I showed it to some of those guys, and then like I swear to God, like 3 weeks later that Joyner Lucas video came out.
Oh, he stole your shit.
And I'm not saying Joyner Lucas stole my shit.
No, I'll say it.
But it was like
that's what
it was kind of weird. And I just kind of
No, you're being polite. Joyner, come on the pod so we can fucking talk.
Nah,
it was the time frame was crazy. It was like 3 weeks later, and then they were like, "Yo, we can't shoot your video right now."
Yo,
like Joyner Lucas' video came up on the fly.
Yeah, because you gave him a big ass bag to just ignore your shit for a little bit. Yo, that makes a lot of sense. Like my brain instantly went to that video when you said Joyner Lucas. Come to find out, the timeline is reversed. Oh my, that's how it be, man. That's the industry, bro.
I mean, we could talk about it on another podcast, but I feel like I've had like 6 music videos that.
No, we talk about it right now. We got time, baby.
Man.
No, that's a fact. Yo, yeah, the industry crazy, man, and money talks, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Motherfuckers need influence. They'll take that shit if they need it.
It's crazy. It's a crazy world. You could just there's no like rules, so like anyone can do anything.
You know some shit I was talking about. My homegirl at Universal. There's no HR here.
Yeah.
Like companies have HR, but there's no like universal. There's no damn. What was the shit they were trying to build? Like the like a union.
A union, yeah.
Like that will never exist because people need to do fuck shit to make it.
Right.
Like Joyner probably made so much money from that video that he stole from you.
Yeah. And
I did not say that.
Oh, I did. Don't worry about it. I got you. Yeah.
Kind of find out in the long run, then he got what's her name? Karen Civil stole from him. So
oh yeah,
he was complaining about that like maybe a year or two ago, how Karen Civil ran off with some racks from him. So hey man,
wild industry.
Yeah, it's a wild industry, and you know what I'm saying? It's karma, man. Karma will come back real quick, like the next day.
I stay out of the fuck shit. I mind my own.
Yeah.
Make my money.
You're a good character.
when you stay independent though, you have the power to do so.
The luxury.
For sure.
Yeah, the luxury. Yeah, for sure.
You drop whenever you want. You don't have the machine behind you to help push it, but you have the luxury to just do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, stay out of the bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know, these guys want you to come, you know, do a show here.
Right.
Like, nah, they mad shady. Like, I'm gonna just say no.
Yeah.
Instead of like a label, like, nah, you gotta do it.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice. You ain't no no.
Right.
What you mean? What you mean, nie?
Right.
What you mean? That's not possible. All right, bet. So, we got a little more time left. So I'm gonna just rattle off some questions. I want to know your what you think about, you know, certain things. So
That's funny.
all right. So first thing I have here: pineapple on pizza. Yes or no?
All day.
Incredible.
One of the best.
Debatable.
You're on the fence?
Yeah.
I never met anyone on the fence. I usually met people who like it's like
That's
love
a
or
good
hate.
point. That's a good.
This is crazier than my answer.
I've had it bad though.
Like
I've had bad examples of pineapple on pizza.
But was it just a bad slice of pizza, or is it?
I don't see. I can't tell because it's fucking laced with pineapple.
It was laced. like it's a hard drug. It was fucking my pizza was laced with pineapple.
I've had that happen though. Like I definitely got Papa John's pizza and like
under the cheese.
There's like one pineapple piece. I'm like, hold on, y'all trying to poison me?
Demon chef in the back.
You gonna enjoy this pineapple pizza. But you know what's crazy is you said I've never heard someone on the fence, and I'm sitting over here. I'm like, yeah, that's wild. I'm like, fuck, I'm on the fence. Yo,
I'm showing their true colors today on Quotables.
Oh, because what happened was when I was like in high school with my mans, he like the barbecue pineapple pizza, barbecue chicken.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to put us on one day. So he purchased it from Papa John's. We at that time we trapping, we all high as hell, just in the trap, just high. And he buy the shit. He's like, just try it, and it was good that day.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think I had it ever again. So I'm like, how good was it really? Like, I enjoyed it in the moment.
Right.
But how come I haven't decided to buy it again?
Is something really that good if you don't return to it? Can you really have love for something if you don't think about it often or think about it every day?
I would say no.
All right.
I think you make a great point.
That's a quotable for you, man.
That's jot that one down.
Fuck pineapple pizza sometime.
Whoa.
That's like an almost hot take. Fuck pineapple pizza. Sometimes.
Sometimes. You still on the fence.
It's
Okay.
Like
next one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we talk about Joyner Lucas, man. Next thing. Milk, then cereal, or cereal, then milk?
I know the answer. It's just the way you worded it. It was like a trick question.
How do you
cereal
make
first?
Okay.
Yeah, you put the milk on top. Does anybody put the milk in first?
Yeah, motherfuckers are weird.
Yeah,
That's wild.
I've seen some nasty things done with a bowl of cereal before. Can you imagine? Okay, so
How nasty are we talking? What do you?
Yeah, let's go into it. Okay, so I gotta ask you. It's simple. It's just like weird to me, but okay. cold cereal or hot cereal?
Cold cereal, but Polish people like, I wouldn't say they like hot cereal, but they like warm milk with stuff. So I get it, but no, I would never.
What is stuff?
I don't know.
Smoko.
This is where my head was at. They just don't refrigerate anything. So like every drink, like sodas, beers, all that, everything is room temperature. And like if it's cold, they can't drink it.
I would throw up.
And I remember when I was there, I was like fucking everyone up because I was like, "Can you put this in the fridge?" Like
room temperature, like
they want a room temperature pilsner.
Oh my god! Yo, I'm about to hold on.
That's a Polish thing I can't get behind.
Oh my!
So I'm sorry for the culture.
Oh my goodness!
If you're disappointed in me, but we're not drinking warm fucking orange soda.
Yo, that's wild. He said they don't refrigerate anything.
Nothing.
Yo, that shit genuinely made me laugh. That's hilarious. Okay, interesting. Okay, so cold cereal. That's good to know because we have friends that can't eat cereal without putting it in the microwave first. They like soggy cereal. That's what I'm saying. Nasty things, right?
I gotta go.
Yo say I can't eat the cereal unless it's soggy. I'm like, whoa, you got deeper problems.
That's like you have to finish it before it gets soggy.
Yeah.
Rule of thumb.
There's very few cereals where it gets soggy and it's still like, okay, it's still like the bottom of the bowl still.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. To add to that, I saw you post the other day cereals.
Yeah.
So what's your go-to? Number one. I need. We could do top three.
No order. Top three. I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm gonna say a Cookie Crisp.
Okay.
Overrated.
I'll go Lucky Charms.
Okay.
And Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay.
That could change.
Yeah.
You know, that's I'm not. I didn't overthink it, but those are the big three right now.
Okay.
Any of them?
Just so sweet.
Cookie.
They are sweet, but that's like I don't eat those now. Really. You know, like but as a kid, I was like a fucking monster.
All cereals is just fucking sugar.
Yeah.
But
send me off with 3 bowls before I go to school.
Yeah.
Like, shaking.
Okay. If I had to, I'd be like Cinnamon Toast Crunch easily. Got to make it. Okay, a sleeper. I like cinnamon clearly. So the next one is the Life Cinnamon. Life Cinnamon.
I like that one.
As a kid, oh my goodness, I eat the whole box in a day,
easy,
effortlessly. And then I'll go with, oh man, this one's rough. It's a battle between Frosted Flakes and Captain Crunch, and I'll have to go with Frosted Flakes because Captain Crunch
cuts up the roof.
Exactly, man. The amount of pain involved with that.
You guys, what happens with cold cereal?
It's the price to pay.
Or somebody watching right now.
You're right. If it was soggy, that wouldn't be an issue.
And he watching right now. He like,
who's laughing now?
Somebody in Poland is wilding right now, and the comments going crazy.
Exactly.
Off the walk. You can barely see straight.
Fucking blurred lines.
Go. You need your three.
Frosted Flakes is number one.
Okay. That's fair. You can't go
consistent.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I fuck with Raisin Bran. And I said it. I like raisins.
As an adult, I understand, but if you told me that as a kid, I would have.
Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't say that as a kid, bro.
Nah, that's a fact.
Also, but you gave me shit about a bunch of sugary cereals, and you also.
I said it was number one, but I gave you my number 3 was at least somewhat helpful.
Somewhat. Shout out to raisins.
I had this debate all week. Who has the best fries?
Like a fast food place.
Fast food place. Just go off the top of your head. When you think of fries, what do you think about?
I think I had Wendy's or McDonald's.
Okay.
I would say Wendy's is up there. Wendy's is a sleeper hit for sure.
I'm not mad at that.
I think McDonald's is overrated.
I think McDonald's.
You get them at the right time. I've had bad experiences. I've had good experiences.
Off the.
Yeah. Sometimes like 2 a.m. You got to wait the extra 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You need a few drinks in you.
I think McDonald's is I understand that people say it as their number one choice.
Yeah.
Because it definitely it's different from everything else that you can get for sure. Me personally, I like the the shit where you know they cut that shit in the back type shit. So
he gonna say it.
Five Guys.
I knew he was gonna say it.
And it's not because I worked at Five Guys for however many years in high school and they paid me a lot of good money.
He's lying to y'all.
Has nothing to do
He
with
wants
that.
to sponsor. He wants the sponsorship.
Yo, Five Guys is not sponsoring this podcast, but they can. They can if they would like.
Five Guys pay for his prom.
Next episode, there's just 30 burgers and fries and
Mad Five shakes and shit.
I didn't know they had.
There's no coincidence here that these fries are the best fries I've ever had.
And it's not because I had to sit through fry training and mad videos of fry training and I was brainwashed by Five Guys. It has nothing to do with that.
They're very part. I feel like it's all you see when you walk in is like they just talk about their potatoes.
Potatoes everywhere.
Yeah.
No, they're great. Great potato too.
It's just all he talks about.
Yeah, no, he's obsessed with Five Guys.
Five Guys. It's the only restaurant that I worked at where I still enjoy the food just as much.
I feel like that's rare.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
Because you get unlimited of it when you work there. You get tired of it.
Yeah.
Never got tired of Five Guys.
You ever had a job?
Yeah.
Good question. Yeah.
I worked at a supermarket for like 8 years. I got a job when I was 14.
Okay.
The Polish roots.
The Polish.
The
Polish.
They were like, time to work.
And you got the supermarket job, which is like everybody wanted that as a kid. Everybody wanted the supermarket.
Yeah, I saw my friends making like money, and they were like 15, and I was like, what the fuck? Like,
you trapping?
Yeah.
They
were like weekend shifts. I was like, sign me up, and then I did, and I hated it. I was miserable, but I feel like it taught me a lot. And then I worked at Frito-Lay before I came out here at the warehouse for like 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
What'd you do?
I just stacked the chips, like the boxes. The chips were already made, but like which supermarkets the bags are gonna go to.
Yeah.
Oh, so you was the plug.
Bro, I used to pull up to the party. I'm not even kidding, with a box, like 25 bags of chips.
Bro, imagine in college if we had a Frito-Lay plug, bro.
I give people more chips they knew what to do with. They were like, what am I going to do with like 30 bags of Doritos?
Giving them potatoes out, bro.
I didn't take any chips when I worked at Frito-Lay.
None.
If you're listening.
They were all paid for.
They were all paid for.
Dude, that's cap.
You just said you stole 50 bags of chips.
No, that's lit. That's lit. Friends like that always clutch for sure. Like, Frito-Lay. We had a friend that worked at Buffalo Wild Wings. Kind of the same thing. This man would come home with like a box of like 50 to 100 like wings doused in sauce. And we just wake up like at 1 a.m. and just like eat as many wings as we can.
Imagine 1 a.m., bro, rolling up and just having like the freshest,
it was pretty fresh. He was the cook, so he made sure like
and knowing you didn't have to pay for it.
Stacking over time. Like, you think each hour he spent?
It was a lot of wings in that box.
So many wings.
It was a lot of like.
It was a calculated plan, bro. He had to think about this shit his whole shift.
Like, was he making extra the whole time? You know,
every 8 wings was like one tucked away.
Everybody in the restaurant getting one less wing on their shit. I ordered 10 wings and it's 9. No, that's funny. That's funny. Well. He didn't steal any of those. Those were all paid for as well.
He did. Why are we? Yo, y'all been lying back and forth.
Everyone's manager is watching. That's what I'm envisioning. Like, I knew it.
I knew
that fucker was stealing chips.
That's why we fired him.
I knew it, but feel like this was a great episode. I mean, first of all, our first guest on the podcast.
I'm honored. I appreciate it, guys. It was a fun ass time.
Yeah, first guest. I hope the people watching were able to get a lot of, good information, things that you might be dealing with on your pathway to success that he helped clarify, clear up. You're not the only one going through it. So
yeah,
it's a grind. Still a grind.
Yeah.
So yeah, just know. Just keep pushing.
Yeah.
That's not like cliche, but like you just keep putting shit out. A lot of the times it's like not who does it the best, but who can just like stay on the road the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
That's
quotable.
a fact. I was gonna ask what your quotable was to wrap it up. We got it.
That's
you need to ask a man
this
like
guy's
this.
good, man.
That's good, man.
He's been doing this for a little bit.
That being said, do it, Zima.
Yeah.
I butchered that shit.
I don't know what that was.
He said I butchered that. JZAC said.
It was Chinese.
Close.
Jin doble. Yeah, we out of here.
Damn, you stole my shit.